I had the sixth pick in my 12-team fantasy football draft with you, the TikTokers, and here's how the team turned out. With my first pick, I took Justin Jefferson, and obviously I've talked about his upside, but his floor is 1,700 yards. This is a great pick in the first round. In the second round, I took Cooper Kupp, who's going to be the wide receiver 1 for the Rams this year. In the second round, this is kind of a reach to some people, but for me, this is a value pick. In the third round, I took Brandon Ayuk, and this was before the deal, but still to me, he's a top 15 wide receiver locked and loaded, and the Niners just paid him to be one. In the fourth round, I took Joe Mixon, who is going to get all the work he can handle in Houston. A lot of people are down on Joe Mixon for whatever reason, but to get a top 10 back in the fourth round, to me, is easy work. In the fifth round, I took Calvin Ridley, and I know a lot of people think this is a reach, but this is a player who finishes the wide receiver 18 last season in PPR leagues. In the sixth round, I took Jaden Daniels to spearhead this SuperFlex team, and I really like Jaden Daniels' upside. I think this could be a 20-point player as soon as the early part of the season. In the seventh round, I think you can't get much better value than Najee Harris, who's going to be a staple of Arthur Smith's offense. In the eighth round, I took George Kittle to be my starting tight end. In the ninth round, I took Tajay Spears to be an upside running back on my bench. In the 10th round, I took Gus Edwards, who I think has a lot of value as my RB4. And in the 11th and 12th round, I took my SuperFlex quarterback 2 and backup in Will Levis, who I think has a lot of upside for the Tennessee Titans, and Bryce Young, who under Dave Canales should see an improved season here. One of those two should be startable on a week-to-week basis. And then lastly, I took one of my favorite upside players outside of the top 150, and that's Rashad Bateman, who I think could be a staple in our fantasy lineups as a flex option for the Ravens. Rate the team in the comments.